has to be a point now where we undoubtedly, unequivocally, without doubt, we should be giving our full respect to Pep Guardiola for what he's achieved. A four-peat in the Premier League history, which has never been done. His side, City, have been dominant. They have been thoroughly dominant throughout this spell, and a lot of things have been achieved. 100 points, a domestic treble. It's amazing, and it's raising the standards of the league itself to the point where I don't think any other Premier League title winning team is going to go on his feet of four titles in a row. I just don't see it happening. Honestly, 100 points in the league season, don't see that ever happening. A four-peat, don't see that ever happening. Pep Guardiola is simply a genius, and he knows the backing he has from the board, and he knows the right way to utilise it to propel his team to success, whether that's in the league, Champions League. Yes, I know they lost the FA Cup recently against United, but we all know that Pep Guardiola is arguably the greatest manager of all time. He's arguably. Yes, they lost the FA Cup to United 2-1. It was a bad showing, but that doesn't, undermine or negate what he's achieved what he's achieved with the City side, with Man City. It certainly does not undermine that. And I have to kind of walk back my statements on him being overrated, because not every manager can do what he does. Despite having the money, the oil backing, the money backing, the financial backing, despite that, not every manager can make his team achieve the unprecedented success that he's done in the last 4 years. It's crazy to me. In the last 6 years, really, the last 6 years, 100 points never ever going to be done. A four-peat never ever going to be done, in my opinion. That's never ever going to be achieved, and so. Pep Guardiola as a manager, when you look back in history, you see how much of a brilliant mind he is when it comes to football, how obsessed he is when it comes to getting information to his players. We see that we hear stories from here and there. He's simply a tactical genius. Yes, at times he does overcomplicate things, but he has the right to, because he has a solid resume of success from Barcelona to Bayern Munich to now Man City. He has that right now to do what he wants. He's earned that right. Success isn't instant. It is built. It is earned. Period. There has to be, without question, a lot of respect for Pep Guardiola for what he's done, especially with Man City. Quite frankly, the scouting, the transfer dealings. Listen, Rodri, who for me the best midfielder in the world, the best number 6 in the world, yeah, he was not 100 million signing. Let me make that clear. He did not cost 100 million. He cost about 63 million. I'm not sure how, around that value. He certainly was below 70 million. The same thing with Bernardo Silva. You can't sit here and push this narrative that he's been buying these 100 million players. Yes, he got Jack Grealish for 100 million. But he's made some very shrewd signings that went under the radar. I think Julian Alvarez is a good player. He wasn't expensive. He came from the South American market. I think Doku, he's going to be better next season. Hasn't been his best year, but I think he'll improve. Because that's what tends to happen when Pep buys players from abroad. They have a slow start in their first year, then eventually they get better and better and better to an elite level. So, man, you can't. Yeah, you gotta show some respect. You have to show some respect, and also another thing as well to mention. Pep's been so dominant over these last 10 years. He's been so dominant. He's been so revolutionary. I think in Germany, when he was managing Bayern, it got to the point where I think it was Bastian Schweinsteiger complains about how the whole Bundesliga are trying to play like Pep. I don't think he was blaming him. I don't think he was blaming Guardiola. I think he was saying how Germany, as I think how the league is basically going away from the characteristics of German football to kind of go into that to try and implement the style of Guardiola. So wasn't blaming him, but I think he's emphasising how influential Guardiola is by making that statement. And he's right. You know, Germany was trying to play Guardiola football. They were trying to copy Guardiola. Everyone tried to emulate him. It shows how influential he is and how influential he will be come years after. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's unprecedented. It's crazy. Is he a great manager than Ferguson? You know, that's going to be a debate. I think Ferguson will probably have the longevity argument on his side, but you know, I mean, I've always been more impressed by what someone can do within a shorter period of time than someone else who's had a much longer period of time to achieve things. So that's my stance. But you know, zing and zang, you can go either way. But honestly, I mean, applause, complete and utter applause. And yeah, I mean, it's really just amazing and revolutionary what Guardiola has achieved, what he's done. And you know, there's been moments where he's been criticised for certain things, and yeah, at times it's been deserved, but for the most part, he's gotten it right. You know, you can't go against his track record. The only you know negative that you say is that, oh, he's only proved it with teams that have been heavily backed financially. He hasn't showcased his greatness with a mid-tier level team or low level team that doesn't have much funding. So that's always going to be the stick against him. But you know, personally, I don't buy it, and I just give respect where it's due. You know, he won his 4th league title in a row. Last year he did a treble, 100 points. You know, listen, just give the man his respect. Give the man his respect. Period. Put some respect on his name. That's all I have to say. Take care. God bless.